When a language model reads a long document, it stores a key-value pair for every token at every layer. That key-value cache is what lets it remember context, but it balloons with length and eats memory. Cross-layer attention, or CLA, shrinks it with one simple idea: let layers share their key-value activations instead of each computing its own. In this video, the problem, what CLA is, how it works, the architecture, how it compares the numbers, and when to reach for it. Start with the pain. During generation, a transformer caches a key and a value for every passed token in every single layer. A model with 40 layers stores 40 separate copies of that history. As context grows to tens of thousands of tokens, the key-value cache can dwarf the model's own weights in memory. That cache is the real bottleneck for long context and on-device inference. The question is, do we really need a fresh key-value store in every layer? Here is the idea. Cross-layer attention, proposed by MIT researchers at NeurIPS 2024, says no. Instead of each layer computing its own keys and values, only some layers compute them, and the neighboring layers reuse those same activations. The queries stay unique per layer, so each layer still attends its own way, but many layers now share one key-value cache. Fewer caches stored means far less memory, with the model barely noticing. Let's watch it at decode time. A layer that owns a key-value projection computes its keys and values once and writes them to the cache. The next layer skips its key-value projection entirely and simply reads that same cached key-value pair, using its own queries. So one computed cache serves a group of layers. You store fewer key-value tensors and you skip redundant projections, saving both memory and a little compute on every step. Now the architecture. You pick a sharing factor. CLA2, the sweet spot, pairs up layers. Layer 1 computes the keys and values. Layer 2 borrows them, and so on down the stack. CLA3 shares across groups of 3, and so on. Because only half the layers produce a cache, the total key-value memory is cut in half. It stacks on top of existing tricks rather than replacing them. How does this compare to what came before? Multi-head attention gives every query head its own key-value head, biggest cache. Multi-query attention shares a single key-value head across all queries. Grouped query attention sits in between, and Llama 3 uses it for an 8 times reduction. But all three shrink the cache within a layer. CLA is orthogonal. It shrinks across layers, so you can combine it with any of them. Think of it as a family of cache-saving knobs. Multi-head, multi-query, and grouped query all trade key-value heads inside a layer. Cross-layer attention adds a second axis, sharing across layers, tuned by the sharing factor. Because these axes are independent, the strongest setups combine them. For example, multi-query attention plus CLA2, to push the cache smaller than either could reach alone, with quality held nearly steady. Here are the headline numbers. Stacking CLA2 on top of multi-query attention delivered a further 2 times reduction in key-value cache size, on top of what multi-query already saved. And the cost to quality was tiny. On 1 and 3 billion parameter models, validation perplexity moved by only about 0.04 of a point. That is a rare deal, roughly half the cache for almost no measurable loss in language quality. The savings are not just about memory. Because the borrowing layers never build keys or values, they skip that work during the prefill pass too. Apple's 2025 on-device foundation model split its layers into 2 blocks, strip the key-value projections from the second block, and share the first block's cache. The result? About 37% less key-value memory, and roughly 37% faster time to first token. Where does this shine? Anywhere the key-value cache is the bottleneck. Long context inference, where the cache grows huge, benefits the most. On-device and edge models, tight on memory, love it, which is why Apple's foundation models and Google's Gemma edge models adopt cross-layer key-value sharing. And it helps high-throughput serving, since a smaller cache means you can pack more concurrent requests onto the same hardware. In code, the change is small. A normal layer computes fresh keys and values from its input. A CLA layer simply skips that and reuses the previous layer's cached keys and values, running attention with only its own queries. You drop the key and value projection weights on the shared layers, so the model gets smaller too. It is an architectural choice made when the model is designed and trained. So, when should you reach for it? Reach for CLA when memory is your limit, long context, on device, or many concurrent users, and when you are training or designing a model from scratch. Think twice if you only have a finished off-the-shelf model, since CLA must be baked in and trained, not bolted on later. And if your cache is already tiny, the extra sharing may not be worth the small quality risk. Let's recap. The key value cache, one per layer, is what blows up memory on long context. Cross-layer attention lets neighboring layers share one key value cache instead of each making its own. CLA2, pairing layers, roughly halves the cache for almost no quality loss, and it stacks on top of multi-query and grouped query attention. It is already shipping in Apple and Gemma Edge models to make long context fit. There's cross-layer attention. Share the key value cache across layers, shrink the memory, keep the quality. A small architectural tweak that helps long context and on-device models fit where they could not before. Did this make CLA click? Follow for plain English Gen AI breakdowns.